What's going on, Canes fans? We are back with another RNG interview. We are here with 2023 quarterback Max Lawerence. He's currently unsigned out of Westland High. He has been on campus a couple times recently. How's it going, Max?
Thank you for having me. It's going good.
Man, it's good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for taking some time out to let Canes fans get a little more familiar with you.
No problem.
So I always like to start it off. Your current height and weight.
Yes, I'm 6'3", 208 pounds.
Okay. And I've heard you've been in communication with the Miami staff. You've been around, actually been on campus, I believe, lately a couple of times. Yeah.
Yes.
How did all that start? When did you get in communication with the staff, and who were you talking with?
Mainly, it started not too long ago. I was at a few of the spring practices, and I started talking to Coach Dennis Smith and Coach Mike Rumpf, and soon after I talked to Coach Dawson, and I've been in contact with them.
How would you say the relationship is going between you and the Miami staff? Is it going good?
Yeah, it's going great. I really enjoy it. It's like a new vibe there, new energy. So it feels like home again.
And so you've been on campus a couple times recently?
Yes, I've been on campus twice, and I was at the spring game.
Okay. And when you got to get on campus, did you get a tour all the campus and the football facilities as well?
No, I was just the football facility.
Okay. What do you think about the football facility?
It's really getting nicer and nicer, as the years go on. So
Yeah,
happy.
they've pumped a lot of money into it lately. I'm glad they're improving it.
Yeah.
What did you think about the spring game? The atmosphere and the energy.
Yeah, the spring game was great. I love the offense, the new offense. I think it gave the team a different energy that they haven't had before. And, everyone seems very excited, and I'm very excited too.
And now you being an unsigned 2023 quarterback, I know you're in a different kind of situation than a lot of other, 2023 quarterbacks, and it had a lot to do with an injury that you had. Could you kind of explain to us just kind of what the injury did, set you back? That's just a little bit, but you're still going forward, in a positive way and still in this 2023 class.
Yeah, mainly my recruiting process started late because I grew late. I was 6'1.5" when I started the season this year, and I was 5'11" my junior year, 5'10", 155 pounds. So it started this year. It was going good. I had 16 touchdowns in my first 5 games. We started off 5-0, and it was going good. And unfortunately, I got hurt in a practice, and everything it started to go downhill a little, but I stuck through it, and I missed 3 games, but I also played the 3 bigger games that we had on the schedule, which was one of the reasons I wanted to transfer to Westland Hialeah, was to play those big games. So I just had to, even though it wasn't my best games, I just had to fight through it and just move on.
How long have you been a varsity quarterback, even before you got to Westland High?
Yeah, so my freshman year, I didn't play at all. I was on varsity, but I didn't play at all. My sophomore year, I played a little bit. It was the COVID year, so we played 6 games. I think I played in 2 of those games. And my junior year was my first year I started. We only played 8 games that year too, and I had 17 touchdowns, or 16 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, and I was getting better. And really, I knew it was going to come down to my senior year. And this year, I started off really good. I started off as the leading passer in the state in yards, and unfortunately, I got hurt, but it happens.
Have you been able to get healthy in time to do any this off-season 7-on-7, or you just been focusing on staying healthy?
Yeah, really, I've just mainly, I'm a senior, so I'm, after the season's over, I'm really just trying to get bigger, stronger, and rehabbing that arm, and I'm back to normal now. So now it's just I just have to keep going up.
How are you feeling going into this next season? I mean, mentally, physically? Are you feeling like you're ready to really break out and show everybody that the beginning of your last season wasn't a fluke?
Yeah, I mean, everyone knew last season I got hurt, and that was, it happened, but I started off strong, and that's how, that's all the hard work in the off season with all my coaches and my teammates. And I mean, there's no difference now. I just have to work even harder.
What are you working at specifically, since you've gotten healthy? What's been important to you to kind of take your game to the next level?
Yeah, definitely getting faster.
Mhm.
And I got my arm back to where it was before the injury, so I'm happy with that.
Great.
And now I'm just getting faster, stronger, and just footwork. I'm focusing a lot on footwork, and I'm just trying to be ready.
I know how big it can be. I suffered a big injury myself, and I know how the mental game can play with that a little bit. So I'm glad to hear that you're getting fully confident in your abilities and that you feel like you can throw the ball like you used to before the injury.
Yep.
That's so important.
Yeah.
That's really important.
Mentally, yeah, it was tough, but I'm back to where I need to be.
Describe your game to someone who has never seen your film. What kind of quarterbacks is Max Lawerence?
Yeah, I would say I'm the most accurate passer in Dade County, and I get the ball out quick.
Yeah.
And I think that's the difference between, all the quarterbacks. I feel like most of the quarterbacks in Miami-Dade get the ball out quick, but I feel like I'm the quickest. And I think that's what separates all the Miami-Dade quarterbacks from the rest of the country, because we have to play against a good defensive rush, and it's hard, it's challenging.
With you just getting your arm back and starting to feel comfortable with it and stuff, how far of a range can you throw the ball? Like I said, comfortably or in an accuracy, not like you don't need to max it out. I'm just saying like a comfortable range.
Yeah, comfortable. I mean, every ball that I throw, I try to be accurate. So,
Yeah.
if it doesn't feel right, I'm gonna work on it. And I feel like any throw on the field that I'm required to make, I'm gonna be accurate.
Sounds like you got plenty of confidence in your
Yeah,
arm, then, that's for sure.
yeah,
Now, do you consider yourself to be a pocket passer, or do you consider yourself to be a little bit more of a dual threat kind of mix?
yeah. I'm definitely a pocket passer.
Okay. All right, and so working on the speed aspect, like you talked about, is that part wanting to add a little bit more of that to your game to where you can use your legs to get extra yards?
Yeah, and just sometimes broken plays and just make the most out of what happens during the game.
Is that one of the main reasons, instead of using them to gain extra yards, to be able to actually operate behind the line of scrimmage and be able to
Yeah,
extend plays, kind of like how Russell Wilson and them used to do?
yeah, yeah.
What kind of leader are you, Max? Are you a vocal leader? Is it by actions or is it a little both?
Yeah, I'm definitely more of a lead by example type of guy, but I could be vocal when I need to, and I feel like my examples, I feel like they show to the team more that I'm working hard and I'm not just saying I'm working hard, and I feel like my teammates did follow me throughout the summer, throughout the season, and I feel like that reflects who I am as a person.
What traits, mentally and physically, do you feel make an elite quarterback? Your opinion on it.
Yeah, definitely being on time with the ball. I think that's one of the most important. So you can beat the defenses and the coverages, and then prepare mentally is probably the second most important to me, because if you do that, then everything else comes easy, and you have an advantage. And then last, I would say be a good teammate, lift your guys up. Even when they drop a ball or miss a block, you have to be there for them, and just try to get them to move on.
Now, with talking about recruiting here a little bit, I know things were a little off for you, but have you been able to enjoy the process a little bit so far?
Yeah, it's been different, and these past few weeks, I've really, it's been stressful, but I've been able to enjoy it.
What other schools are showing you love besides Miami?
Yeah, I mean, I have a decision right now, and I'm sticking to that decision. But besides Miami, it was UCF, USF, and Florida a little bit.
Okay, the local schools there, yeah. So what were, in your mind anyways, the important factors for choosing the college you wanted to go to? Relationships with coaches, winning background, development. What were those factors that were important to you, Max?
Yeah, I would say first the education, to get a good education, and then definitely relationships. I mean that's a big role in college football now, and really just finding a place that is not too far from home, and feel it just feels right.
With you getting a chance to, get more familiar with the Miami Hurricanes football program, I got 3 words for you, and I just want to know what they mean to you. And it's Miami Hurricanes football. What do those 3 words mean to Max Lawerence?
I mean that those words. I mean it's a lot of history behind those words, and I feel like there's always an expectation, and that's to go win a national championship. And I'm excited because I feel like the team is the team is going in that direction. Yeah.
That's what I was going to actually. One of the questions I was going to ask you, if you felt like the staff kind of had the team heading in the right direction. If you felt
Yeah.
the team was,
Yeah.
because Miami, it's been a little rough, lately, but
Mhm.
we as fans are starting to feel a lot more positive about it as well. So to hear it from a recruit also gives us a little bit more hope.
Mhm.
What are your goals for this next season? Then what's the ultimate goal for Max? What do you want to prove to everybody?
Yeah, the goals for next season are really just to take it all in and be ready, because it's a process. And my recruiting process was a little different, and I'm a little behind still. So I just need to get faster, stronger, get quicker, and I know it all fall into place.
Curious, who are you, I mean, if you have a favorite player or a couple favorite players, who are guys you like to look up to, maybe steal a little bit of their game to add to yours?
Yeah, I watch a lot of college football, so I would say Matt Corral. I like
Yeah.
Matt Corral a lot. And this year, I really like Bo Nix. Bo Nix, he's very he's very competitive, and I really like that. And also, I would say it's tough, but yeah, Max Duggan too.
Yeah.
Max Duggan.
Yeah. That was a good one as well, man. Do you play any other sports, or are you just focusing on football now?
No, just football right now.
Okay. Okay. And if you had a favorite sport to watch besides football, what other sport do you enjoy watching?
Oof, it's tough.
Are you
Yeah,
all football?
I'm all football, but baseball. I'd
Okay.
say baseball.
Okay. Do you have a background in that sport?
No.
No, just something you enjoyed growing up watching
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
gotcha. Gotcha. So what's next for Max Lawerence here in regards to football? Whether it's trainers, working with just even private stuff.
Yeah.
What's going on for you in football next?
Yeah. I'm working with a few trainers right now, just trying to get all aspects of the game. I'm trying to be there mechanically, physically, and mentally. And so I'm definitely working with some of my past coaches and some new coaches to get to where I want to be.
Well, this is the part where I like to have recruits go ahead and show some love. Give a little shout out to
Oh yeah. Yeah.
coaches, family. People
Yeah.
like that who have been helping you out. So
Yeah.
show them a little love.
Yeah, shout out to my dad. Definitely him first, because he'll probably be the first one to watch this, and he's been through everything with me, in the football world and
Yeah.
in the real world. So him, uh all my coaches at Westland Hialeah, Miss Rodriguez, the athletic director at Westland Hialeah, she's helped me a lot. Coach Larry Butts, my youth football coach. Coach Lester's helped me, stay in contact with the colleges, and Coach Terry and Coach Cap from Dr. Crop High School.
Right on. That's a nice list off there, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let fans know, plug them with your social media accounts, whatever social media you're on.
Yeah, mainly I just use Twitter. It's
Okay.
Max Lawerence _3.
Okay. And man, I mean, I got one last question for you here. It's the question, we've talked to you before about. It's the question I ask every single recruit that comes onto the show. It's always the last one. And it's, why do you love football? Where do you get that passion to go out there and compete at such a high level on a weekly basis?
Yeah, football really helps. You know, calm me down. It puts me in like my safe spot, and I would say it helps me stay away from everything that's going on in the world, because the world is very different, and it's very stressful,
Yep.
and it's just helped me a lot. Through COVID and through the last 4 years of high school.
Do you enjoy the brotherhood aspect of it as well? The teammates
Yes.
and the coaching and all that stuff?
Yes. I met a lot of people that I never thought I would have met before through
Yeah.
football, and it's amazing.
And it's amazing how some of those relationships, and you'll experience it as you get older, but you'll be surprised who you end up hanging out with and who you end up, staying in
Yep.
touch with. Because some of these relationships you got going now, you're going to have them 10 years down the road, 15
Yeah.
years down the road. They'll be important people in your life. So keep that good circle around you, man. Keep that good circle going.
Yes.
Well, Max, I just thank you for taking the time. I know we had a first interview we did together. We had a little bit of problems with the
Yeah.
video stuff, but dude, I thank you for wanting to come back and run a cleaner one here with me, dude. I truly do. I really, really appreciate that a whole lot.
Yeah. No problem.
We'll get the older one replaced and get the cleaner one up there, get everything looking nice and proper. And yeah, Max, I mean, dude, just best of luck with everything going forward, and we'll stay in touch, and just let me know if there's any updates you want Canes fans to know about or anything, and we'll keep it
Yeah.
rolling.
I have my decision, and I have a decision right now, but I'll announce it in 2 to 3 days.
Okay, man.
Yeah.
Sure. So
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
fans, just remember that 2 or 3 days now, be keeping an eye out for Max Lawerence on his decision. Max, once again, thank you for joining the show. I greatly appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Have yourself a good night.
You too.
All right, guys, that was 2023 quarterbacks Max Lawerence. Now, like he mentioned, he went through some injury stuff. They kind of put him behind a little bit. The position I believe that he is at with Miami here is that, of course, they're showing interest. They've had him around a couple times. They have clearly been impressed with some of his upside. I think it's about him continuing to prove that he can stay healthy and continue to prove that the beginning of last season, how he was playing so well, that he can get right back to that form. And I honestly believe that he can do it. I don't think our coaching staff would be this far along into a 2023 an unsigned 2023 quarterback's mission, recruitment if we weren't that truly interested. So once again, guys, thank you for joining us on the RNG interview here we had tonight with 2023 quarterback Max Lawerence from Westland High. Truly, truly appreciate it. And we will get more interviews pumping out here soon. And as always, it's all about the U. Go Canes.